Alright, now that we've made our way back out, well, how do we clear that slab? Well, we gotta, if you remember... Ooh, shadows. These are not good people. But if you remember that one of the guys in Melmond said there was a wise man living in a cave who knows much. Well, that's what we gotta do. We gotta go find Sada and ask him, see if he can help us at all. So yeah, shadows are weaker than I remember, but they do go down pretty easily to Fire and Dia because they are undead. I don't remember if it's the shadows or the wraiths that can paralyze you. I think it might be the wraiths, so the shadows shouldn't pose too much threat. But yeah, the wraiths are very similar. They're pretty much just a palette swap. So if we actually go this way, we'll find a cave. Is this the cave we want? No, it's the Giant's Cave, but we do want to be in here, actually. Because, if you remember, one of the guys said there was a giant who liked gems, and we have a Star Ruby. Yes, you have Star Ruby? Give me Star Ruby and I let you pass. Alright. So we give him the Star Ruby. If we had come in here before then, he would have just turned us away because we didn't have the Star Ruby. Crunch, munch, 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 Nothing tastier than rubies. Not even sapphires? You know, diamonds? Topaz? Emerald? Stuff like that? I don't know. Amethyst? I don't know. But yeah, he takes forever to wander off screen, and we can't actually move again until he does. But if we go down here... Yeah, if we go down here, we can actually... Can I please finish a sentence? God. Apparently not. Anyways, we got loot in here. A lot of it. We got a great axe. We got more gil. We got more gil. And we got a mithril helm. And pretty much all that's going to go on Candle. We'll give him the great axe. He'll get the coral sword. And see, this is why I tend not to keep the coral sword long enough. Because it's worth a decent amount of money. And by the time we actually get to where it would be really useful, the Sunken Shrine, we've got, like, better weapons anyways. You know, higher attacks and everything. So it's just not really useful for the kind of party I have. Now, if I had more fighters or red mages, then it might be more useful. Anyways, we want to go right up here. This will take us back to the overworld. And we can continue south. And finally, if we follow this path, we'll reach Sada's cave. Yeah, right down here. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Oh, that's not good. That is so not good. That is not good, not good, not good. I'm literally 2 steps outside of Sada's cave, and this is not good. We gotta fire off a Dia and a Fyra, and pray to God that those two do not get paralyzed too. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, because Candle and Jack are kind of useless right now, thank God. Oh, that could have gone so much worse. You can see why it's not good to go up against a whole pack of those things. Oh my God. Alright, we've got the Sage's Cave here, Sada's Cave. And this is just a useless room here. There's nothing there. But, if we go in here, and talk to this fellow. So, you are the ones who defeated the vampire, eh? But he was only a servant. The beast corrupting the earth crystal lurks far deeper within the cavern. Here, take this staff with you and use it behind the vampire's chamber. There's no explanation of why the earth rod works, but, I mean, I guess it's the earth rod and the earth cave, so I guess that's why it works. Anyways, I shall see you guys back down at the stone slab. Ochre jelly. Well, that's a new one. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what these guys are weak against, but everybody around here seems to be weak to fire, so we'll toss a fire at them. Oh, apparently they're weak to physical attacks. Okay, did not know that. So that fire may be overkill. So yeah, the jellies are kind of the precursors to franchise staple of flans. Alright, we've made it back to the stone slab. So we raise up the earth rod, and boom, it's gone. So now we can actually go down to the bottom 2 levels. Now this is a large space. There are only 2 treasure rooms. So we want to, actually I want to make sure we're healed up first. There you go. And let's go ahead and save. Alright. And So yeah, the first treasure room is to the north-ish here. If I can figure out how to get there. There we go. Now there's a fair amount of stuff in here, and there are some encounter points, including, I think, some new monsters. That was not them, by the way. No, instead, let's go here and get some gil. And then there we go. There's the encounter point against a Sphinx. Now, this is a new enemy. It's not too difficult, I don't think. It's going to take a couple rounds. Why am I missing? Yeah, it'll take a couple rounds, but it's not too difficult. I think it's weak to fire as well, but, you know, it doesn't... Yeah, it goes down pretty quickly, so it's not really worth it. Not really worth using the MP. Got some more gil and some more gil. All right. Now there is one more treasure room in this level, and if I can figure out how to get there. All right. Let's go ahead and heal up real quick. Jack took a little bit of a beating recently. And give Carl some health back. There we go. Alright. Should be down this way. Yeah, let's go down here. And through here, here. A little bit up. Around. There we go. Now it's downward. Because there it is. And this room holds the last loot in the game. And of course we get an encounter point. Against an ogre mage. There we go. I was right. They are mages. Okay, let's go ahead and heal the party. No, let's just use a Cura on Jack instead. And we'll fire off a Fira just to try to get them out quicker. Ogre Chief I'm not too worried about, but the Ogre Mage, they can cast spells, so... There we go. All that's left is the Mage, and down he goes. Okay, he's not too tough. We didn't even get that Cura out. So let's go ahead and heal up again real quick then. You may notice I'm using Jack a lot to heal because, well, that keeps Jill's MP high, and she's my battle healer. You know, Jack, I use him for physical attacks more often than not. There we go. Got more gil. And let's go ahead and equip that mithril shield. There we go. Iron armor. And yet we've got mithril mail here. Interesting. Okay, that is the last of the loot for this dungeon. So it's pretty much a straight-ish shot north to get to the stairs. And we've got wraiths here. Oof. These guys have a chance to paralyze you, I think. I could be wrong. Pretty sure they do. Oh, maybe it's specters I'm confusing them for. I don't know. I can never remember these guys. I know it's one of these types of creatures, one of the palette swaps. I just don't know which one. Yep. Okay, the wraiths can do it. Okay, the wraiths can paralyze you. That settles that. All right. Yeah, straight shot north. Now, there are a bunch of different chambers you can go to on this floor, but there's really no need or purpose to it. It's just pretty much a fairly straight path to get to the goal, which, of course, is the Earth Shrine, which is right here. So I want to go ahead and make sure we're tipped off for health. There we go. And we'll save, because we got to go up against the dungeon boss, one of the elemental fiends. Who speaks to me? I am he who feeds on the power of earth. I will not be disturbed by mortal men. I am the Lich, fiend of earth. So yeah, this is the earth fiend, the elemental fiend. And, god damn, look at that sprite. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, that's huge. Okay, so this guy, basically what we want to do is, first off, let's go ahead and use Temper on Candle. Let's go ahead and use, Null Frost, I think, because I think he uses Blizzard. And then let's go ahead and use Haste on Candle as well. And you'll see that, like, this is my main boss strategy. I was right, he does use Blizzard, and that is not good. That wiped out a good chunk of health. Oh, God. Maybe I should have started with a heal. I don't know. So yeah, Temper improves your physical strength, and Haste improves the number of hits you deal. So we'll do that. We'll do a Temper on Jack. We'll do a heal. And we'll do a... I hope to God Jack does not go down in this fight. He might. We'll do a haste on Jack as well. Okay, good. We got that heal off first. That'll help things out a little bit. There we go. Ah, oh, damn it. Candle got paralyzed? Fuck, he's my heavy hitter. Alright, well then, let's keep up the healing. And now we'll start attacking this guy with Fire Out. Now, he is undead, so he's weak to Holy Magic and Fire Magic as well. But I wanted to get my two heavy hitters, my two physical damage dealers set up first. Unfortunately, one of them's paralyzed. You know, the best one's paralyzed. So it's not all that good. Instead, let's keep Jill on heal and keep shooting out Fyras. Now, this guy, he has 1200 HP, so it's not too bad. You know, it'll go down in like less than 10 rounds, but even still, it would go a lot faster. See how many hits Jack can get off? Oh, damn it, our healer's paralyzed now. That is really not good, because I don't have anything to combat paralysis. You know, I've got gold needles that cure stone. I've got antidote that cures poison. I don't have anything that cures paralysis. We just pretty much have to wait for it to wear off. Things would go a little bit easier if we ground up and got our level 5 spells, because then we'd have Fyraga. But regardless, it's not going to be too bad, provided, you know, Candle and Jill can stop being paralyzed. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he gets 8 hits off. And boom, there we go. Fight's over. I told you it wouldn't take too long. But that is the first of the, like, 5 main bosses this game has. The first of the 4 elemental fiends. There we go. Alright. Got a good amount of gil as well. And now we get to restore the Earth Crystal by raising up our Crystal Shard, which has the Glimmer of Light. And we'll share it to the crystal itself. At least that's what I assume is happening. Because it's not really so straightforward. But, you know, this was an NES game, so there's that. And that will also unlock the Earthgive Shrine, which is the first of the optional dungeons. We can tackle it now if we want to, but it's definitely geared more towards endgame content, you know, before you take on before you go after the final dungeon. Because you're probably not going to be strong enough at this point to actually go through it. And here's the thing that really bugs me about this game. So the game pretty much guides you to getting the Earth Crystal first, and I'm pretty certain you have to get the Earth Crystal first, because I don't think that you can get the canoe until you do, and you need the canoe in order to get the Fire Crystal, and also in order to get the airship, which will allow you to get the other 2 crystals. And yet, for some reason, the Earth Crystal is shown as the second one here. Now, here's what I think is happening. In the original NES version of the game, the original Famicom NES version of the game, it showed the crystals as, you know, circular orbs, but they were in a 2x2 grid. They were in a square. And again, the fire and the Earth crystals were at the top, but the Earth crystal was to the right, which to our Western eyes would mean it would be second. But Japanese is a language that is read typically right to left instead of English, which is left to right. So it could have been that, again, this is a Japanese game, that it would have made sense back then where you had the Earth Crystal on the right, Fire Crystal on the left, and on the bottom you had the Water Crystal on the right, and the Wind Crystal on the left. And that would have made sense to Japanese players, because they would have read it right to left. Instead, in the Western audience, they never changed it. They never changed the order. From the PlayStation version onward, where they started putting them on like the one row, it's just always been the Earth Crystal is second, despite the fact that I don't think you can actually sequence break this game that much. Now, once you get the canoe, you can actually sequence break the game and go after the crystals in any order you want, but I'm pretty certain you have to get the Earth Crystal in order to get the canoe. But what's cool about this is we've got a warp pad back here, and this will actually take us back to the overworld. So we do not have to actually physically backtrack all the way. However, we do need to backtrack to Melmond. And actually, do we have... Can we get... Yes, we can get our level 5 spells, and we can even get level 4 for Jack. But we'll probably... you know what? I'll backtrack and get that as well. Actually, you know what? I'll hold off on Jack's level 4 spells because I think he can only get 1 or 2 of the ones I want right now, not all 3. I think for Jack, he pretty much has to wait until the end of the whatchamacallit, the class change. He has to wait till the class change to get the rest of his spells. I think 4 is where it starts petering out for him. But we will run back to Melmond, get our level 5 spells, and continue onward. As a matter of fact, Melmond should be up this way. It's not too far away, so that's why I'm not cutting away. See, there's the ship already, and the ship is like right outside Melmond. I'm not even cutting out the battles right now, because why? Why would I want to? I mean, that's what the game is. The game is all these battles, mostly. You know, you cut those out, you're like cutting out half the game, but I'm doing it anyways. Cutting out a lot of them, because they can be a bit tedious sometimes. You know, I don't always have something to talk about the whole way through, so... Anyways, this battle is just about over. And Melmond is right on the other side here. And now that we've freed things, well, first off, let's go ahead and heal at the inn. I did use a cottage real quick. Ooh, we have 81,000 gil. I did not realize that. And we're about to have more because we're about to sell off a bunch of crap too. But I did not come back to Melmond and heal at the inn before going back to the Earth Cave. I actually used a cottage to do that instead. That is an item that you can use on the overworld only. It only works on the overworld, but it fully restores your health and everything. He doesn't have anything different to say. You aren't the Warriors of Light, are you? Yes, I am. This is the guy that told us about the vampire earlier. Alright, there's a guy way over here. What do you have to say? Long ago, Melmond was a beautiful town, blessed by the richness of the earth. Yes, long ago it was. The earth crystal must be shining again. Yes, it is. Even though the town doesn't actually look that different. The giant living in the cave eats rocks. Yada yada, already know that, already dealt with him. Don't need to talk to Dr. Un again yet. Restore the crystal's grace. This is the dwarf, I think. Warriors of light. This could not have happened without ye. The earth's Smedum and Vir is coming back. Smedum and Vir? I don't know what those words are supposed to be. In the cave on the southern tip, yada yada, already know. Long ago, a prosperous civilization, yada yada, already know. Come on, there we go. I've heard that the ancients possess something, already know. Get out of my way. Thank you. Alright. What about you? I'm just a farmer. Yes, you are. And this girl? Stop by my father's shop. This guy, what does he have to say? Restore the crystals of grace. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our level 5 white mage spells, including Curaga, Life, and now the last one's a toss-up between Diaga and Healera. Healera is very useful, but Diaga can be as well. Unfortunately, I don't know how many more undead foes we're going to actually go up against. I don't really remember there being too many more, at least not till the final dungeon. So I think we'll go ahead and take Healera instead. But yeah, Diaga is like the last, or second to last offensive spell that she gets. I think white wizards get Holy, and that's the last offensive white magic spell. They're mostly healers and support. So, black magic though, we'll go ahead and get Firaga. And Scourge. We want teleport, so we definitely want to keep a spot open for that, but the black mage cannot get that. Only the black wizard and the red wizard. So we keep a spot open for teleport. And we'll go ahead and get Scourge instead. I don't use it too often. I pretty much just use it to round out the spell book. And now, if we go to the weapon shop, and we have a whole bunch of stuff to sell off. Let's go ahead and get rid of that rune blade. Let's get rid of the leather shields. Get rid of the staff. Get rid of the great helm. That's useless to us now. Let's get rid of the worm killer as well. That could be useful in the future. There are some dragons we have to deal with still, but I don't really feel like it. And to buy, let's go ahead and get the long sword, which is better than the coral sword we have equipped. But like I said, we knew that was going to happen eventually anyways. Let's go ahead and get rid of that as well. That's worth 4,000 gold, so that's not too bad. We still have 71,000. All right. It's going to be a while before we can actually get our level 6 spells. So let's go ahead and round things out here. Let's go ahead and get that knight's armor. It's going to take up half of our gil, but I feel like it's worth it. Let's go ahead and get a silver armlet. And then great helm, bronze gloves, steel gloves. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and equip those things. There we go. Sell off the old stuff because there's no reason to keep it. It just clutters up our inventory space. Although the inventory is infinite in terms of number of slots, so we don't have to worry about that. It just, you know, reduces clutter. All right, so we are done with Melmond until we've got our class changes. And let's take a look at the map real quick. So if we take a look at the full map, what we actually want to do is come over here to Crescent Lake. If you'll remember, way back in Cornelia, there was a guy saying the sage Lucan, who is the one who had this prophecy about the Warriors of Light, mentioned he was going in search of a crescent. Well, that's actually Crescent Lake itself. That's where all the sages are, or except for Sada. Sada's the only one who's not here. And maybe a few others, but still. So what we want to do is go here. Now, what we could do is, we're here. We could sail south and around that way, or we could even sail north and go around the Peninsula of Power and then south this way. But if we actually take a look here, you can see this actually wraps around. And that's not just on the map here. That's actually on the overworld as well. So what we want to go is do go south around the Devil's Tail, and then pretty much a straight shot west, and that'll get us pretty much exactly where we need to go. And for some reason, there we go. Ooh, big eyes. Have we fought those before? I don't remember. These guys aren't too bad though, so we'll go ahead and let the fight play out. Yeah, their only problem is they can paralyze you potentially, but they are pretty weak, so. See, told you. Quick fight. All right. We are going to probably want to go a little bit further south. Yeah, that should probably be all right. And just keep sailing west. You'll wrap around the back of the world. There we go. You can see land has come into view. I just don't know entirely where we are right now. And this is another quick fight. You know, there's no reason to keep this one in here. You know, if we can take him down in one round, there's really no need. Especially if we can take him down in one hit. Am I too... no, this is actually the cape we want, but we do want to go a little bit further south. There we go. All right, yeah, just keep going south here and go through this forest, and you can see this lake, the big old Crescent Lake itself, you know, for which the town is named. Now, you gotta go up and around because, well, because that's the only way into the town. All right. So we start taking a look around here. We've got the inn. I don't really need to heal at that right now, but we've got our item shop as well. I'm going to go ahead and buy. Let's go ahead and buy like all of the ethers. And we'll go ahead and buy a crap ton of potions as well. I think that's probably going to be it for now. I could get a whole ton of high potions, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. But yeah, if you got the money, you may as well spend it. Yeah, this one just pretty much doles out money like it's candy. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and heal at the end. Why not? We've got the money to spare. It's only 200 gil. Yeah, earlier versions like the NES and the PlayStation, I think, it's a lot harder to come by money. So, and items are a lot more expensive. Spells are a hell of a lot more expensive as well. You know, they get pretty expensive in the higher levels here, but I mean, God, they're super expensive otherwise. So here's the Sanctuary. And that's just a gravestone. And we actually want to go up this way. So here's our armor shop. There is the buckler. We can get the buckler, which is pretty much the only shield that the red mage or red wizard can use. So we'll go ahead and round that out for him. And we'll go ahead and get the mithril gloves as well. And I'm definitely glad I didn't get all those high potions now. All right, optimal and optimal. There we go. And sell the steel gloves. All right, and around here is the weapon shop. And anything worthwhile here? Mithril swords, mithril hammer we already have, mithril axe. We'll go ahead and get the axe, And I know I just spent money on the longsword, but we'll get the mithril sword as well instead. And go ahead, optimal. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and sell those. Kind of a waste of money on that longsword since it was so quickly, but I didn't realize we would have the mithril swords here already. We've got a guy over here as well, and he's just snoozing away. So there's not too many townsfolk here. It's pretty much just these two. My husband is always traveling, and in the little time he is home, he sleeps all day. I think he needs to get his priorities straight. So yeah, that's her husband back up that way. So we take a look at our level 6 spells. We can't get them yet, but we do have Stona, Exit, which I definitely want. Yeah, I definitely want Stona and Exit, and probably Protera, since that is the same as Protect, except it's for the entire party. So we definitely want that one as well. And then here we've got Thundaga, Death, and Quake. Those are the ones I want. But we can't get them all right now. We could get Thundaga. So the interesting thing about black magic is you can see the level 1 spells, the base ones, Fire, Thunder, and Blizzard, are level 1 and level 2, and then they do the same thing with Fire, Thunder, and Blizzara. But the actual third tier spells for the elemental spells, Fireaga, Thundaga, and Blizzaga, are on their separate levels as well. So that's kind of interesting. So what we want to actually do here is head up this way and go across this bridge into the forest. And here we'll actually get some much needed exposition about the story and figure out what the hell's going on. 12 sages are we, guided to this land by the stars and prophecy, which sort of rhymes, and I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, because nobody else rhymes. 4 great crystals exist in this world. The light that once shone within them is now lost. The 4 fiends of chaos block the power of the crystals, claiming it as their own. We've already met one of them. The Lich Fiend. Fire, earth, water, and wind. These are the 4 forces that compose our world. The source of the 4 forces are the altars scattered throughout the world. Defeat the fiends that have taken root there and lift up the crystal you carry to the altar. The crystal should regain its brilliance. The 4 fiends plot to rule the world, both past and present. So this is the first inklings you get that there's much more going on than you first realized. The Fiend of Wind appeared 400 years ago, followed 200 years later by the Fiend of Water. Together they laid waste to the civilization in the north. So this is kind of really interesting. And this guy, I think, explains it the rest. The Fiend of Earth rots the land, or maybe not. Where the Fiend of Fire passes, all is cast into flame. When all 4 crystals shine once more, return here, all will be revealed. And if you don't have to, but if you do, things will become a lot more clear. Bring the light of the 4 crystals to us. Warriors of light, only you can do this. The volcano Mount Golg rises to the west of this town. The Fiend of Fire long slept within its passages, but she has awoken 200 years before her time. Vanquish her before the world is consumed in flame. Well done, Warriors of Light. You have defeated the Fiend of Earth and restored the crystal's light. Sadly, this has drawn the notice of the Fiend of Fire, who was not to have stirred for another 200 years. Take this canoe and go face the Fiend of Mount Golg. You obtain a canoe. Alright. Definitely need that. Alright, so this guy pretty much told us, and along with the one over here, that the fiends pretty much have been awakening on a set schedule every 200 years. 400 years ago was wind, then 200 years later, 200 years ago was water. Now Earth is the present, and then the Fiend of Fire was supposed to awaken 200 years into the future. Unfortunately, we killed the Fiend of Earth. We defeated the Fiend of Earth and woke the Fire Fiend a bit early. Now, what's actually kind of interesting is, and I didn't notice this until just recently, if you remember all the way back to when the game first began, the prologue, it was talking about how the wind is stopped, the seas rage, and the earth begins to rot. That's actually the exact order that the fiends have awoken as well. So I assume fires would rage soon as well in like 200 years or whatever. But we do have one last sage to talk to here, and he looks a little bit different than everybody else, because he is Lucan. I see a cycle of wrath, a dim light, guided by destiny, that about which our entire future revolves. Alright, so that's the best we can do here for right now. We've got our canoe, that's what we needed, because we've got to travel the rivers to get to Mount Golg. So yeah, we gotta travel these rivers. This is Mount Golg right here, that's where we need to go next. This, we'll talk about in a little bit, once we deal with Mount Golg. So yeah, all you have to do is step onto a river tile and it automatically switches to the canoe. Any river tile. Now we've got a maze of rivers here, which is not really how rivers work in the real world, but I mean, this is a video game. And this is where the coral sword would be coming useful, is getting to Mount Gold and then again later at the Sunken Shrine. For right now though, we'll just go ahead and attack these red piranhas and white crocs. Now again, because they are aquatic monsters, they are weak to thunder type magic. So I may want to start employing that a little bit more because they're a little bit stronger than I was expecting. All right, let's go ahead and use Cura there, and let's go ahead and use Thundara. Yeah, even Thundara doesn't take them all out at once. Now, if we had our level 6 magic, if we had Thundaga, that probably would do it.